Tell me what you think of this.
Oh my god, yes!
Oh, yes!
I was like, please don't be the third person to ever hated the thumbnail for the podcast. Please don't be that guy.
Oh my god, it's beautiful!
It is!
Oh my fucking god, yes! Yes!
Yes!
That is from Great Cat Silvermane. He reaches into my mind and he pulls out better ideas than my suggestions. I don't think I suggested the pout, but I'm like, it works so well.
It's just like, Wubcake's just like, fuck KP, and May's just like, you're so cute when you're mad.
Saving that shit right now.
Oh. How was your day? How was your evening going today, Gonzo? Gonzo.
Wonder where Ganaz went.
Maybe he doesn't know he's muted or something. I don't know. Oh, again, I guess
his mic isn't even plugged in.
There's nothing more satisfying than sitting there screaming in your room for like a half hour. If you people don't stop ignoring me right now, I'm gonna start. Oh, it's my mic. Well, I'm a dumbass.
Can I tell you how many times I've done that whenever I was trying to record something?
Oh, that's infuriating as hell.
It is like I'm recording a narration. All of a sudden, I go to stop the recording. I'm like, I spent 2 hours not recording.
I was about to say, if I lose a half hour, I want to die. Oh my god, you poor woman.
Yes, very much so. It hurt so bad. I legit went to my bed and just curled up in the fetal position, just like, find a happy place, find a happy place.
And that's when she got a message from KP. So, how's the project?
Oh god, no! No, absolutely not. Hell to the fucking no.
Gold.
No. I think I just died a little.
Well, tell you what, I'll ask my artist's question since I think he's earned it. He wanted to know what the story behind the claw cutie mark is. Made.
Ah, shit.
A clawed cutie mark?
Yeah, I did.
Wasn't that specifically for Wubcake?
Yeah, that's Wubcake.
Oh, my mistake.
But I do know the story behind it.
Certainly, if you could share.
It's actually really silly. Originally, there was like this OC backstory to her character, but from what I know now, she made her OC like that, her OC's cutie mark like that, because she cut her hand when she was cutting a bagel once.
Oh, a bagel.
Yeah, she was cutting a bagel with a knife, and she just sliced her fucking hand open.
She didn't eat her hand anyway.
I've done pretty dumber. I was hanging a knife upside down, and the thing came out, slashed my finger open. So I'm not gonna knock that.
Yeah, I think like you had the best reaction to it. You were just like, I should go to the doctor.
Yeah, no, I was like, oh, I'm not going to work today. Nope, it's not. The bleeding is not stopping. And then I remember getting there. I was like, was there any way I could have stopped this without the doctor? They're like, no, there was not. They're like, was the knife clean? I was like, I haven't had a tetanus shot in 2 years. They're like, well, we're going to do that too.
God.
Well, the shot wasn't nearly as bad as them yanking the stitches out. It was like a gorilla with pliers. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, when I was younger, I had to get stitches in my foot, and I was a kid, so it was like the most terrifying thing ever. So yeah, stitches are no fun.
If you're at home right now and listening in and you're trying to eat something right now, stitches being yanked out slowly.
Imagine you're chewing on styrofoam now.
I actually have a question for you, Mayde, if it isn't too much trouble.
It is trouble. Just kidding.
How did you get to pony animations?
Well, I've been an animator for like 8 years now, but I was doing stuff in like Sony Vegas and that pivot stick figure animator from like 10 years ago. And eventually I stopped doing animation, completely went to video editing, but then, Double Rainbow came out, like the puppet rigs. And I was like, oh, might as well try it. So open Flash, hit buttons, and just make things move with motion tweens. Pretty much how I started with Flash and pony animations.
So would you say that Double Rainbow was your inspiration?
The rigs were. The project was fucking terrible. Yeah, the rigs were like, it's good to start with. Like, they're terrible nowadays because we have so many other different puppet rigs to use, and they're, immensely better. But it's a good place to like learn the basics. Like, how to do a proper motion tween, how to work with mouths and blinks and all that. And then eventually this huge DHX asset leak happened, and that's when I started taking everything super serious, and like reverse engineering puppet rigs and all that, and like redlining rigs and doing everything to like pretty much cram in knowledge.
Are there any animators in the fandom that you're a fan of?
BrutalWeather, holy fuck. EPC and his friend, they both work as animators in the studio called BrutalWeather, and these two guys make really perfectly show-style animations, and I'm just jealous of how well they do it. But then I realized that they're Russian, and I'm like, oh, Russians are good at everything.
Oh, I think I know know what channel you're talking about. Did they
Is that
did they do the SFM pony version of Pentatonics Daft Punk thing?
No, I'm not sure. I know they do flash animation. They do.
Oh, okay, never mind.
But the name of the YouTube channel, is it called BrutalWeather?
Yeah, just BrutalWeather.
All right, I'll make sure to timestamp that.
Okay, now that's my bad. I was thinking of something else. Sorry.
A fan of
nice
animation
stuff.
in general, right?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, of course. Stuff like, early to mid 80s Disney films are like my favorite.
Oh, I'm guessing
They
you're a
look
big
so
fan of hand-drawn
nice.
artwork, yeah?
Oh yeah, I am. Been wanting to pick up traditional animation, but I don't exactly have like the right tools for it and all that. So I've just been like, doing it in Flash or Paint Tool side. Miyazaki films like Studio Ghibli stuff and all that.
Favorite Ghibli film?
Oh, let's see. Spirited Away, probably.
Very
I
nice
still
choice.
gotta catch that one.
Same here.
I've seen Howl's. I meant to see the latest one that they stopped with, unfortunately. Do you have any favorite American studio that you'd like to work for if, everything came together?
There's two I've had my eyes on. No, three actually. Either American or Canadian, doesn't matter to me. It's like, Studio DHX obviously, or like the under Top Draw, that kind of thing. I really want to work on like flash animation, or I've been thinking of Titmouse Incorporated or something like that. Titmouse Studios.
They do Venture Brothers, don't they?
I think so. They do Motor City, and it's a really beautifully animated like cartoon show, and it's like traditional in Flash. The heads are puppets, and it's so friggin'
Wasn't that on Disney XD, I think?
yeah, it's on Disney XD.
Oh, it's the show that Donut loved.
Yeah, I know. As soon as I heard Motor City, I was like, either it was Licky or Donut. I don't remember who. It's always the wrong person's not in the call. Let's go with which preferred drink?
Drink?
Yeah.
Like alcoholic beverage?
Yeah, it could be anything if you want. I've had plenty of people go from milk to water to whatever.
That'd be boring and be like, yeah, water. Or like those puddles that form when it rains.
Well, it's King of Limbo. It's not King of I tell you what to drink, man.
I think like a bottle of water with some crystal light in there or something like that. It's just beautiful. But water's probably on the top next to like a tall cup of coffee.
Oh, nice. And Brony, when did you realize you were in too deep?
When I realized I was in too deep with ponies.
Yeah, that moment, like, damn.
Ah, shit. Sorry about
What has
that.
happened to my life?
When I was in I think it was grade 9, after grade 9, I had gotten into the show, and I think it was a month before I started exams. So that was when I started doing more drawing. Now looking back on it, my entire, every assignment I handed in was covered in fucking pony drawings. And every day I came home, I would sit down and watch an episode, and then I would just I don't know, I was in too deep the moment I realized that, looked at myself and said, what am I doing? No. Then again, at the time, I was 15, didn't really know better at the time, but I was just obsessed with ponies, singing the Smile song. It's actually all my fucking parents figured out about my pony stuff, because I was singing the Smile song quietly in my room, and they're like, are you singing? Oh shit. And my sister knows about the fandom, and she knows about all this horror, so she was like, he's singing ponies. And yeah, now every year at Christmas I get fucking pony toys, and I'm like, I don't want these. I just want to get out of this.
Oh, Jesus.
Thanks, sister. Now I get to become an only child.
According to your channel, you've been doing this since 2014. How long have you been burning for, though?
Oh, my Ed Yammy's channel isn't my first channel.
You originally had Made edits, right?
Yeah, Made Edits was my first channel, and I had that since 2012, I think. Yeah, March 30th, 2012 was when I made the channel. And then I think it was a few months after I made it, I started getting into ponies and all that. So once 2013 rolled around, I started doing animations right when 2013 started, right when New Year's passed through. I had Flash open and I was making stuff. And so I use New Year's as a reference to when I started doing Flash animation. So it's been 3.5 years already. But I've been into ponies for it's been 4 years now.
So 2012 or?
Yeah, mid 2012.
What sort of hobbies do you do? What helps you unwind between projects?
I haven't done any projects in a while. I've just been doing little tests and study of puppet rigs and all that. But other than just sitting down and animating or drawing, I just play music or something, listen to music or play along to it on my guitar and all that.
You said you talked about maybe burning out on the show or the fandom. When did you feel that it started to lose its charm and allure?
The second the wings came.
Straight to the point.
Did you feel that was, oh, this is a wonderful way to cap off season 3, or was that just like, this is?
It felt like to me, it felt like a series finale, like season 3. It almost felt like a series finale until, they brought in the whole, she has to learn stuff now on how to be a princess. And I'm like, I don't want to watch somebody learn how to be a princess. Who am I? I don't want to be a princess. I want to learn about friendship again. I want to hear that, dear princess, so messy at the end of every episode.
I've noticed that you and Wub have started to sink some serious time into what's that game? Ponytown? What's the appeal with that?
Oh my god, I don't even know. I guess what it is we come up with games while we're playing it, or we just stand there. We just stand there and see who we can recognize.
So it's Legends of Equestria 2.0, right?
Yeah, pretty much. You just stand there, and if you see somebody that looks like someone you hover your mouse over, and if you see it's their name, you run up to them and be like, sup? And you just jostle them around a bit and kind of harass them, and then you turn around and just play hide and seek or something.
Who's the coolest person you recognized on that server? Or at least anybody you didn't expect to see there?
Somebody I didn't expect to see. I don't know, I kind of expect everybody to be on there at one point. Wuten. I see Wuten walking around, I'm like, oh, the fuck, is that him? The king of the green text? Jeez.
Yeah.
So me and him kind of
Spaghetti man.
Yeah, had a little sexy ERP there for 2 seconds, and we just parted ways. I didn't expect to see Purple Rosalind on there, or I guess any of my closest friends either. I just hop on it randomly one day, and I see somebody I either I don't know, some people I don't have a good opinion on, and I scream and turn around, and every time I play Ponytown, I'm in a Skype call with Wubcake and some other people, and every time I see somebody that I don't have a fresh opinion on, and I don't really particularly like them, I see their OC, hover my fucking cursor over them, and I know it's them. I scream and turn around.
Okay, you know what? You gave me a wonderful segue. Tell me if this doesn't sound familiar. Throw some names at me.
Throw some names at you.
Agents of Discord used to do that all the time, where he'd be like, let me throw some names at you.
Oh man, Agents of Discord. I've heard the legends.
Oh, you didn't even get to meet him?
I got into a Skype call once, and he was hugboxing the fuck out of me because I was sad.
He was, I will give him that. He was good at that.
Yeah. I was upset about something one day, and he was just him and some other people were just fucking hugboxing me like crazy, and I was like, this kind of feels good, but I still feel sad.
Join the cult.
But,
what's one of the more goofier projects you've worked on?
Oh, everything I do is goofy. I don't even know. I'm just thinking of all the different videos I've done, all the shitty 7-second animations. I guess that Twilight and Derpy, the Third Dimension video I did 2 years ago or something. I was testing out puppet rigs, and I thought, hey, maybe I finish up that thing I did a couple years back where I animated a 50-second part of the animation show by Don Hertzfeld with Twilight and Derpy.
Yeah, no, I remember seeing that.
Hello?
Hey!
There she is.
Hey, what's
Hi.
up? What do you think of the
duo is complete?
What do you think of the thumbnail that we got you?
Let me see. Hold on.
It's right there in the room.
Freaking amazing.
Oh gosh.
Oh, thank God. I was about to say, please tell me you don't like.
No, it's horrible. No, oh my God, that's great. Holy shit.
I have had times where I've had guests go, "What's this?" It's
oh my God, the little sign. I love the way you're just I hate you, and May's just you're adorable when you're mad. Oh, that's great.
So can we officially do the intro?
Oh yeah, actually we can. This is FNGR. Welcome you to Limbo podcast for this. Oh, I'm skipping around the room here. The following co-hosts: Secret Dreamer.
Hello.
Cameron, otherwise known as Death Alchemist.
Hello.
I guess Mindless Gonzo isn't here because, whatever. Oh, I keep wanting to say Wubcake and Mayde. This week's King and Queen of Limbo, Mayde and Wubcake. There we go. I think I might have asked this before. What is your end game here? What do you need to be successful and happy, respectively, both of you?
What it takes to be happy?
Well, what are you shooting for in the long run?
Oh my!
I don't know. I just want to.
You're shooting for me.
Let's
say
I already shot on you.
Right
God
here.
damn it!
Mayde.
Hey, Gonzo's here.
Oh, somebody said something perverted, and Gonzo woke up.
No, it was just fucking, I don't know why, but all of a sudden, my Skype just decided to freak out and go with some other fucking program instead of my default mics.
You're not allowed to be in the call. Again?
What?
You don't remember the banjos?
I moved on from the banjos.
Oh,
Hashtag
that's sad.
professionalism.
Mindless Gonzo, the king of cringe.
Oh.
Or cringe compilations and
Cringe.
watchings.
King of
Not a
crunch.
king, but I do try my best.
I have nothing but fine things to say about Gonzo.
Yeah, he's pretty cool. He's pretty cool.
Yes.
Gonzi, buddy.
You seem to be the only people who's been actually kind, though, because I'm not sure if I want to segue into the big topic yet or not. So
Oh, the KP thing? I thought we'd
Yeah.
screw around first.
Segue.
Even though it's quite obvious to anyone who will click on this podcast that we're clearly going to be talking smack about KP at some point in time.
Yeah,
KP.
let's just screw around a little bit first, and then I'll bring it back up.
Well, speaking of screwing around, what's your biggest distraction keeping you from work?
For me, it's probably like just the internet in general.
Masturbation.
Or
Well, that's
you know
right.
what? Yeah.
Well,
yeah,
you know
I
what,
can
Mayde?
see
I'm not
that.
shying away from this. Rule 34, E621. What's your poison?
Derpy Burr.
Oh, I'm a scrub. Don't mind me.
Oh my god.
But, seriously, I'd say just YouTube videos or playing guitar is my two big distractions from wanting to animate and draw again.
When they draw Twilight with wings on E621 or Derby Brew, does it ruin it for you? Okay, we'll back away from that.
Speaking of, Mayde, since you're a guitar player, have you ever considered doing covers of the Foo Fighters or David Bowie?
Oh my god, yes. Foo Fighters and David Bowie, freaking godly. I do know a couple songs from them. I've been wanting to learn a lot more, but yeah, like Space Oddity, Fame, Under Pressure, and all those songs.
Did you steal it off of Facebook or something? That sounds like you did your homework there. I have a question for Wub. I noticed that you, do you know BriLizy T?
I've seen like a cover she did once.
Yeah, I was about to say, I saw you in the comments. Did you ever get a chance to do that collab with her?
No, we didn't get to collab on anything yet.
Oh, darn. Her stuff has always been immaculate. What, for either of you, is the least interesting part of the fandom?
Well,
Got a feeling.
I felt that I did that as politely as humanly possible.
the most uninteresting part of obviously
You don't
the
necessarily
analyst community.
Analysts.
Yeah, the analyst and reviewing community is so fucking boring.
Brony analysts.
Hey guys, here's an MLP episode. This is what happens. I don't like it.
You know, if I was a writer on the show, I can make it much better.
If I was a writer on this episode, I'd probably make it 10 times better than Malarson did.
Nice Soren impersonation there.
Called it.
Very nice Soren impersonation there. I like that.
Oh, you did warn me, Alchemist. What's your favorite part of the fandom?
The fucking animation community.
I was waiting for you to say leaving the fandom.
Dang it.
That part when /MLP teaches me how to tie a noose.
Oh, Jesus.
My favorite part, I honestly don't know. Probably like the art or something. I'm not sure.
Oh, nice. Do you have any preferred artists?
I really like, I don't know, I like a lot of them.
Okay,
Say your
try,
boyfriend.
can we try for like top 5, at least 5?
I usually don't know them by name.
Gonzo's like, you mean to say
I
Gonzo,
just see
don't
their
you?
style and I'm like, oh, I like that. That's nice.
I'm no artist.
What's your favorite
Of course
thing
you're
about
an artist,
fans?
Gonzo.
Yeah.
Don't you do all those Tumblr things that you do? Every comment on your video.
What happened to the Molestia?
Well, like I was trying to say here, let's move on to something positive. Do you have any favorite fan experiences? Any good memories?
Mine would probably be like when I got to talk to Kasumi Evans and Ingrid Nilsson over the phone.
Really?
How'd you do that?
Oh, I remember that.
How did you manage that?
Well, basically, I actually have a video of the one with Kazumi. My friend was at a convention and she said, "Oh, if I see Kazumi, I'll like call her over so you can talk to her." And I'm like, "Oh, okay." So she actually did, and it happened, and we talked for a little bit. And then, about I'd say a month ago,
Oh.
my friend was at.
I have to put my girlfriend in here or she'll dump me, so.
All right. my friend was at TrotCon and got to meet up with Ingrid Nilsson, and I got to talk to her. Unfortunately, I didn't get to record it though.
I imagine there'd be a lot of squealing, a lot of fangirling, and possibly a slim chance of fainting.
Cameron, you're about to be
It's pretty
amazed at
cool.
how underhanded this is. This is KEychi FIM. She's one of those boring analysts you were talking about.
Oh man, I'm finally meeting one in person.
I know, right?
So do I murder you now or later?
Oh, I love when you
say
talk
something like, but it's not squealing. No. Sorry.
Okay, so who am I talking to?
Michael Jackson. It's me from the dead.
By the way, the picture's in the main room, KEychi, if you wanted to see it.
Well, I can't see.
Oh, here, I
it.
guess I got to repost it because I
Yeah.
think all right. They loved it, by the way.
It was awesome.
Amazing.
Saved
It's-
it to my hard drive in an instant.
I was gonna make a pun, but Mayde would probably like.
Puns are
KEychi
fun.
loves
do it.
those. You should definitely.
I was gonna say it's amazing.
Oh man, made puns.
Ah,
Awesome.
cute. Oh, and there's the.
I guess-
I did
Wubcake,
not
I
notice
guess.
the KP thing in there.
Okay, could you say that made your day?
Oh,
God,
cancer.
poor Mayde.
I had terminal
Poor
cancer.
little shit.
Mayday, mayday. Bad puns incoming.
Well, I have some bad news, KEychi. I think we blew through all the positive comments before you came here.
Oh yeah.
Oh wait, no, I got one last good one. You're an avid 4chan user, right, Mayde? What's some of the more funny things that you've seen there that are fandom related or otherwise?
Oh god. Oh god. Thunder Blue.
Oh yeah, Thunder Blue. Fucking love
Wait.
Thunder Blue.
One.
What's Thunder Blue?
Yeah, you don't remember Thunder Blue, Gonzo?
I have no idea.
Oh
My
my
memory's
God.
not that good. It
Oh,
hasn't
okay.
been good as of late.
So what was the question again?
What's Thunder Blue?
If you don't want to answer, we can skip it. Everything after this is brutal, though.
So what's more of the funny stuff you've seen on 4chan, Mayde?
Oh, on 4chan. Let's see. One of my favorite memories was there's two of them. The guy, the Pony Cum Jar Project, when he boiled his Rainbow Dash figure in cum because he left it on top of a radiator for a few months. And the other time when /MOP had like a huge fucking argument thread where they just talked about if Twilight dyed her mane or not.
Oh my god, what?
What?
Why?
What is that?
Okay,
Because
then.
it was
Or is
like
this an argument about the pinky wrap?
Don't go into that.
Wait, okay.
Oh my god.
my face when I just realized I just spent 4 hours arguing with someone over little ponies dyeing their manes.
Imagine telling that to your future kids. Our future kids. Just kidding, we're not having kids. Fuck that.
Oh yeah.
Amen.
Children.
I think they're going to get along with Kitty.
I fought
Indeed.
in the meme wars of 2014 to 2016.
Oh god.
Meme wars.
How do you feel about dank memes?
They're not dank anymore. They've lost their essence.
They've lost their dankness.
Sorry,
Go
here's
ahead.
a question that I have for Mayde specifically. What is one thing that makes Canada better than America?
Free healthcare.
People say, oh,
If I break my leg, I'm not going in debt.
Nice. Are there,
And I guess like all the trees.
I guess this could go for either or. Are there any current projects you'd like to shill for from your friends or peers that you've either contributed to or you think you're really impressed by?
chill floor? What?
Shill
What?
4.
Plug their stuff.
Rainbow
What does that
Factory.
mean? Yeah,
Promote.
Rainbow Factory.
Advertise.
Plug. Yes.
I'd
We
probably
have
have
this,
to say the Rainbow Factory too.
I was about to
Yeah.
say the exact opposite of what KP does.
Oh.
What a nice segue.
I know. Who knew I was going that way?
It's almost as if you plan to talk about KP.
I
What?
know.
Really? In this?
Okay, heavens to Betsy. Have you had any personal dealings with Rachel or AKA ILoveKimpossiblealot?
To be honest, to be honest, no. But I know a lot of people who have.
Me too.
It's kind of the same with me. A lot of the animator friends that I currently have, like pretty much almost all of them, have had a bad experience with working with her. Specifically on that original I Love, what is that? Let's Go Meet John Delancey, that video?
Yeah.
Yeah, that video had so many just cut corners and horrible things underneath like the hood that it was just, I don't know, nobody was proud of it.
A lot
But they
of,
wanted to.
Oh, sorry.
And I know people are going to bring up the argument, oh, you could have left any time. You don't have to stay for KP. The problem is that KP is a director. She has the ability to tell everyone that you work with that you're lazy for leaving.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
She has the ability to slander your name.
I was about to say, there is an analyst. I forget the individual's name, but they are from Tumblr. And the questions that they presented here on that topic were, how can something like that go so unaddressed for so long internally?
I could make one suggestion. Probably because just a bunch of million voices clamoring all together just forms incoherently cause.
So you're saying, like, how come people didn't bring this whole thing up before? Like, why she was treating people like crap?
Well, the individual, again, I don't want to name drop analysts.
Well, yeah.
I mean, unless you insist, I could give you the name.
So, well, I personally think that why people who have worked for her hadn't brought it up before is because they think, I got like 15,000 subs. She has over 100,000. Who the fuck's gonna listen to me?
I guess, yeah, it could be something like that.
And they could probably turn it around on them and be like, well, you know what? You were probably rude to her, so that's why.
I think one thing is that recently the only reason why this stuff started to blow up was that first /MLP thread that happened about it, where I think it was more than like at least 20 or 15, I don't know, something like that. A lot of the content creators who worked with her intensely came forth and started talking about it. And from there, it really gave people a glimpse, oh, this didn't just happen to only me, it happened to pretty much everybody else who worked for her at one point. And speaking up about that kind of thing by yourself to someone like KP and like a whole fucking staff of people who will white knight for her is just like, no. Like, I think it was kind of like almost as if we needed to, I don't know, join together and talk about it before going out.
You needed something to rally around.
Yeah, kind of like support in a sense. You needed to have at least like enough people to back yourself up, because nobody's gonna listen to one fucking person in their opinions.
I understand that too, and I've run into an artist since then. Some gentleman, I try to remember his name. He does like these brony con badges.
Samote Lion, is that his name?
Yeah, that's the exact gentleman, and he sat there and said, "You warned me of KK about a year ago," and I'm like, "Oh, what happened? I ended up working for her. How'd that go?" And he's like, "Well, I feel like I owe you a free art." His whole point was, he's like, you're brand new to the fandom. It's an opportunity. Is it just like a lack of places that you could go to, work with other people? Does it feel like that's the one main stop, or what?
I don't know. I just think that, it's basically what we've been saying is that it's kind of, in a sense, like why people haven't come out is it's kind of like 1 against 100,000, I guess.
No, I get that too, but it's one of those ones where like I point out to him, I was like, well, look, even if you didn't want to believe me, all you would have had to do was go to her description section, which nobody ever clicks on for any video, and see how much said person promotes anyone else. And if you don't feel that it's like, you don't have to take anyone else's word, you could do your own legwork.
At the end of her different perspective videos, she has this like 30-second segment of just like Twitter, DeviantArt, Tumblr, all this kind of stuff with a huge fucking follow and subscribe button and all that kind of bullshit. Generic desperate for subscribers YouTube shit.
For fame.
Yeah, that kind of shit. And I took a screen cap of it. And if you were to, there was probably 15 instances of KP's name, all just in one screen cap. And when you scroll all the way down on the page, it's just like animators in a list. Like just not even like barely any credit. It's just like, here's a list of people who worked on it. Here's all of my social media. Subscribe to me, not them.
That's true. And I think very few people would disagree with that, but this for people in the know isn't exactly new news.
Yeah,
this has been quite a long time.
This has been a long time coming, and I could see where a lot of people would be like, well, you should have known better by now.
There's actually a good reason why she can keep getting people to work on her self-insert projects too. And the main thing that she does, and this is like a genuine thing that she did, was she would ask like animators or editors, she would ask these people, hey, you want to work on an animation project? I have some openings or whatever in the way of like, hey, we need animators and I really like your stuff. Would you like to join? If you respond in a way that says, what is the project about? What is the project about? Give me a synopsis of what it is before I jump onto it, because I don't want to get roped into it. She will tell you, and this is from personal experience, because she asked me to animate on her Let's Go Mayde and Delancey video like back in 2013. She had asked me to animate on this video for her, and I had asked her what the project is about, as in like what's the premise of it, what's the story, like everything like that, because I needed to know. I don't want to get roped into something that I don't like. And she replied to it like, I was surprised. I'm like, oh fuck, she actually replied. What did she say? And she told me what I would be doing if I were to join. She said, you would be animating my character something, and then just like to join. Nothing about the story, nothing about anything, no script, no storyboard or anything, just completely telling me what I'm going to be doing. And I asked her again, what the fuck is the project about? Because I don't want to get stuck into something that I don't like. And then she didn't respond. She must have taken that as a no. And only recently have I figured out that when she recruits new people for her studio, she does not tell them what they're doing. She'll tell them what they're going to be doing, but not what it's about.
I've heard similar stories for like editors that she'll just give a clump of audio and just be like, okay, plug and play, and they'll give you a script.
Yeah. Oh, Mayde, you want to tell them what happened on Ponytown with her?
Oh, I think I know this story.
I can't really remember it too well.
What's going on with Ponytown?
He was on, like, we were on that Ponytown thing, and I guess, like, I don't know, like, he said something to her or whatever, and then she's like, hey, I don't suppose you'd be up for some work, and he's like, nah, and then she walks away, and then, yeah, go ahead.
I said something along the lines of, like, looking for work on a Ponytown game. You must be desperate.
I've had her come to me when she was looking for animators. I'm obviously not going to mention names, but the animator's like, all she wants is slave labor.
I was talking about this to my friend, I think I met him a few days ago. We were talking about this. There's this dichotomy of content creation in the fandom. Animators are treated like fucking gold.
Yeah.
As they should be.
It's like, yeah, but I don't want to be fucking held on a fucking pedestal above everyone else. I don't want this kind of shit. I just want everyone to be credited, like, equally. I want to be treated as I would be treated if I was the editor or the script editor or the writer or anything. I want to be treated like that. I don't want somebody to suck my dick because I'm doing something that makes it move.
Mayde, this is just my personal experience. Like a long time ago, damn near 2 years, I had Crown Prince coming on a podcast, and as a joke, I said to her, hey, you know, it'd be really cool if you did an animation for the podcast. And she did it.
They turned out great.
When people do things like that, it's hard not to blow them. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah. I can imagine that.
Like, I mean, as great as an artwork is, like, seeing something that you had something to do with suddenly get animated, it's like the greatest thing in the world.
That's the thing that KP, that's the thing that KP pretty much wants. She loves the feeling of, like, her OC moving and, like, you know, my stories with my OC, yeah. It's like, you know, anybody would dream of their fucking OC being in a nice little series and to be as, you know, positively critiqued as it has been by quite a lot of people. Like, compared to what, like, a lot of content creators, like, the difference between content creators and people in the fandom is, like, well, I'm not saying content creators aren't people, but, you know, we're different kind of people. It's like content creators are a lot more like critical on projects, as, like, I've noticed with a lot of other animators, VAs, you know, artists, musicians, and all that kind of stuff. They're a lot more like, they can see a lot of the errors a lot more, and they can see a lot that can, you know, help. Whereas the vast majority of this fandom is people who do not make content, and they will eat anything up if it's moving, and they will eat anything up if it's, like, pony related. And that's why KP's thing is, like, really popular.
Death Alchemist, you might want to PM me whatever you're saying, because I heard a bit of urgency in your voice that gave me concern.
No. I just realized that he was still talking, so I kind of shut up. That's all.
Oh, okay.
I was just going to say, speaking of, like, that kind of, are there any fandom projects that you feel got an undue amount of praise other than KP's things?
You worded that good. I like that.
An undue amount of praise.
Something that's popularity you did not entirely understand, sir.
So overrated.
Double rainbow.
Snowdrop.
I knew he was going to say
and Snowdrop, yes.
I knew it. Those are the standard answers for that question.
Snowdrop.
I'm
blind. Feel bad for me.
I'd say Double Rainbow is a step above Snowdrop because you know, they're at least trying to be super unique. Snowdrop feels like an anime with ponies, but a really bad anime. It feels like that one that's animated by like the smallest.
I'll tell you what she didn't get on it. She didn't get a C. Never mind.
I gotta hang on. I'll be back in like 2 minutes. I have to take a wicked piss.
Have fun.
We'll analyze it when you come back. How's that?
Analyze it.
Found it. Oh my god, I found Imposter in Pony-chan. I mean Pony-chan. Goddamn. Pony-chan. What the fuck? I don't know why I said Pony. I was thinking
You're
of
combining ponies with 4chan.
Well, that's what Flash MLP is, basically, so.
But seriously, I'm not so sure if Pony MLP should have its own, like, 4chan knockoff. That would be probably...
I thought they already did.
Is there?
I heard, like, something about, like, there actually being, like, something called Pony-chan.
That would be weird.
It would be.
Are they going to have their own spoof of Anonymous called Pononymous or something like that?
Oh, God. No.
I do want to get back to this. Again, you could pass on this, and I'll probably just edit it out entirely. Know anybody who works at KP Leaks? Oh, I was asking Wub if she knew anybody that worked at Anon KP Leaks.
No, Anthony, don't you know? Wubcake is Anon KP Leaks.
Obviously.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Dun, dun, dun.
No.
I think I do.
Okay.
You want to share?
If Wubcake can remember me on this, I think we used to be friends with, I think, one of them that worked with. Was it either...
I don't even know who works on that thing. Was it released or something?
What?
Who actually is Anon KP Leaks? Because I don't know who it is.
They've said they're we, which I'm assuming has to be because, if they're getting intel from the inside, there has to be more than one person. I'm assuming.
Anon KP, I do not know, but I do remember someone who I think Wubcake and I do remember worked on one of KP's projects, but I don't know if he's done it or not. I don't know if he's even behind it. Who knows though? But all I know is that it could be anybody though. But I do know that one of the people that we worked with KP was, I think, Animator Phoenix, was it?
Oh yeah, Phoenix.
Yeah, I believe so. And Anna Cullum and Rosalind and
Narrator? Lost Narrator?
I have no idea.
She worked for her.
I'm not saying anything about Lost Narrator. She's boss.
I know people who,
I'm just saying a statement of fact.
I think
Narrator's awesome.
Damn right she is.
Astro Boy GF did tell me that I think she was asked for KP to work with KP, but I think
Rustic actually, didn't he? Rustic winded up working on the
Rustic and Kitty did.
Yeah,
I think
he
so,
says
but I
on the
can't
chart
remember for the life of me. Countryside.
Okay, we can move along right now.
Yeah, let's go.
I was like, there's no way I'm leaving any of that in. So, when some of the questions for the KP thing, when you said that it's implied, is there ever been any kind of direct threats or anything like that, or
Direct threats?
like maybe KP insisted, I'll ruin your reputation or something like that? Because I keep getting a lot of people who will push back and be like, well, did she say specifically? And I was like,
Not only that, I've been getting some of her fans. One of her fans ended up berating the KP videos that I posted on my channel. So, have you guys have anything directly from KP?
I guess I don't know how to word that one, but
What was the question?
maybe.
We're asking, have you guys heard of or seen KP directly threaten anyone? Like, hey, if you don't do
Work
this,
staff, work
bad
too.
things will
No,
happen
just
to
heard
you.
about. No.
Not that I can think of.
I think it's more or less that if anybody asks about, KP is a director in the fandom, it's hard to
Air quotes.
Yeah, air quotes. She's a producer, and most producers, especially fucking Slashy, are just lazy as hell.
I've always wondered about that, because maybe again, I don't want to, you know what, I'll just come out and say it. I come from the analysis community, and when you're like, KP can do this to you, and I was like, the place I come from, she can't do shit. Her name has no weight. Is it massive in the animators or the VAs, or am I missing something?
Where is her
What
power?
it is she. I get the feeling that a lot of people might have thought, under the implications or assumptions, that she knows other directors, because directors know directors, producers know producers. They talk to each other every once in a while and all that kind of stuff. Kind of like how animators, VAs, musicians, and all that are. If you do something, you're gonna
the
attract to people who do the same thing.
The fandom is very connected, and you piss one person off, you kind of wind up. It has a flower effect around it. I don't know. I'm using
Butterfly effect.
More like a
Butterfly.
domino effect.
Yeah, a domino effect.
Yeah,
You piss off one person.
I can imagine if anybody who worked for KP, and I was under the assumption of this as well, that she is in connections with, other producers and stuff like that. The last thing you want to do, if you really want to, continue doing, fandom projects or, animated projects in the fandom, is to just not bad talk anybody you're working for. You need to.
I understand that, but
it's also animators in the fandom also have stuff I think everybody has stuff like that. Invisible resumes. So you work on something and you're really proud of it, and you could say yeah, I worked on this. It's oh yeah, you did this. Okay, cool. It's almost the same with KP's work, whereas some people like seeing stuff getting finished. I'm already this far in, might as well keep going.